Lamplighter here. Welcome to my channel. Today is October 22nd, 2017, and as promised, I'm planning to do a series of several videos on all my gear that I will be taking on the Appalachian Trail 2019. But in today's video, I would like to feature my big four. Those big four items are my shelter, sleeping bag, backpack, and my sleeping pad. I would like to start off by showing to you my Zpacks airplane travel carry case that I will be putting my backpack into as I travel. And this travel bag will also double as a pack liner that is 100% waterproof. So the pack and all my gear will fit into this travel bag. I've chosen the Osprey XO 58 large. It's 61 liters. It has an external frame, and it's fairly lightweight for what it is designed to do. It comes in at 2 pound 8 ounce. So this is it, and there's a lot of things I like about this pack. It's not an ultra lightweight pack, but it certainly is lightweight. It has the external aluminum aircraft grade frame with the air suspension, so that helps to keep the pack off of your back and allows for air movement. Fully adjustable. It has a nice large mesh pocket for storage, a couple of side pockets for your water bottles and other accessories and so on and so forth. And it's got a couple of small hip belt pockets here. That will be good for snacks and just a few odd end type items. So this is it, folks. My Osprey XO 58 backpack, 61 liters, 2 pound, 8 ounces. For my second item in my big four category, I have here the Nemo 15 degree sleeping bag, 850 fill. It's got the waterproof down, and it comes in at 2 pounds and 8 ounces, and I'll lay this out a little bit more for you to have a look at in a few minutes. Well, my third piece of gear in the big four is the Therm-a-Rest Neo Air all-season inflatable sleep mat with an R value of 4.9. It measures out at 25 inches wide by 77 inches in length and 2.5 inches thick. It comes in at 26 ounces, and I have it right here for you to have a look at. The reason I've gone with this full-size pad is because of my back issues, and I need a good night's sleep, and of the thermal protection it will offer when I'm out in the winter. So this is my choice, and I'm looking forward to it becoming my favorite piece of gear. So for my fourth piece of gear, I have chosen the Zpacks XXX camo tent, Cuban fiber. This tent here comes in at 26 ounces. It's 5 feet wide by 7.5 feet long, 100% waterproof. I'll set it up in a minute and you'll be able to check it out and see how it looks all set up. So here's the Cuban fiber XXX Zpacks tent. Comes in at 26 ounces. Just going to come in here for a minute. You can see it's got a fully enclosed bathtub floor that comes up about 8 inches all around. 100% waterproof. Keep the rain out. On the warmer nights, you can have your flap doors open. It's held up with your trekking poles to help eliminate some of the weight that you would normally have with a regular type of tent. On this side here, you can see that I've got the storm doors closed, or the vestibule as it's called. keep out the weather. You can put your pack and your boots and whatnot underneath there. Some of the reasons I chose the Zpacks Cuben fiber tent are: it's super lightweight, ease of setup with trekking poles, 2 entrance ways with dual vestibules, a floor area of 60 inches wide by 7.5 feet long, great for tall persons such as myself that normally do not fit into a more conventional type of tent. Cuben fiber material does not absorb water and does not stretch out, causing slack in wet weather. The one downside to this tent is that it's expensive. However, I believe that the expense is justified by the quality of the shelter that will keep you well protected over a prolonged period of time, for example, such as a long distance hike. As already mentioned, my third piece of gear was the Therm-a-Rest Neo Air All-Season Inflatable Sleep Mat with an R value of 4.9. I like the width. I'm a side sleeper. I seem to toss and turn quite a bit, and the length of 77 inches suits me just fine, with me being at 6 foot 2 inches tall. Some people go with like a 3/4 length torso type pad, and then they'll take some clothing or perhaps their empty backpack and place it underneath the pad for that additional support and insulation. However, if your pack is wet, and now you would then place that under your sleeping bag or quilt, you're going to soak that out. So I would just prefer to stick with a full-length sleep mat and just suck up the weight, the extra weight. But for the comfort, it's well worth it for me. Yeah, some people may choose a quilt over a conventional type of sleeping bag. Maybe save a bit of weight with the lesser amount of materials that are incorporated into a quilt. However, this particular sleeping bag can open up similar to like a quilt and give me the same sort of results. So I'm going to stick with this 15-degree sleeping bag, and it should work just fine for me. One of the additional features I love about this Nemo sleeping bag is that it has these thermal gills, concealed zippers that you can open on the top side of the bag, as you can see here in the photograph, that allow for heat to escape through those thermal gills without creating any draft to the inside of the bag. So in the warmer weather, I can zip open those thermal gills and reduce the inside temperature of the bag according to the manufacturer up to about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So this bag is multi-purpose. I can use it in the cold weather, and as things heat up, I can open up those thermal gills and eliminate some of that heat that's building up inside. So what you see here in this photograph is a piece of Tyvek lightweight kite material. It's my ground sheet, 100% waterproof. It measures out 5 feet wide by 7 feet in length. It only weighs about 5 ounces. It will also double if I fold it lengthwise as a extra bit of protection underneath my sleep mat if I was to sleep on a wooden floor in a shelter. It also comes in handy for an emergency cover that I can place over myself in a torrential downpour when I'm out on the trail. Also in this photo you will see that I have the Sea to Summit Aerios Premium Deluxe Inflatable Pillow, 16 inches wide by 23.5 inches in length. It comes in at 6.4 ounces. I've got to have my pillow or I will not sleep properly, being a side sleeper and so on and so forth. And also what you see here is a Sea to Summit 100% silk sleeping bag liner. It comes in at 5.4 ounces. It adds extra warmth to my sleeping bag, but more importantly, will help keep the interior of my sleeping bag clean. Also, it's great as a standalone for warm weather sleeping. And yeah, there it is. Yeah, I just wanted to talk for a minute about the pack I have and why I chose it versus a ultra lightweight backpack. The ultra lightweight backpacks, they're great for loads up to about 20 to 22 pounds. However, more suited for loads between 8, 9 to up to 15, 16 pounds maximum. They are usually made with a bare minimum of materials and usually are frameless. Probably more recommendable for the experienced hiker that has his or her gear more precisely dialed in. Ultralight-weight packs tend not to be as comfortable if they are overly loaded compared to a more conventional pack. Common mistake when purchasing a pack is going with too light of a model before all of your gear has been selected. You got to remember that all of your acquired gear somehow has to fit into your pack. Inexperienced hikers might overly compensate for a lighter pack by not carrying adequate gear that just might be needed to possibly save one's life. For example, not carrying sufficient warm clothing or wet weather protection could bring on hypothermia. I highly recommend gathering all of your gear beforehand, assess what your needs will be based on your skill level, and then acquire a pack that will best meet your needs for comfort and load limits. Time for a nap. I am absolutely exhausted. See y'all later. I know I'm handsome, you can't stand it. Am I still recording? Am I square? He's square in a minute. I didn't even say how much it weighed. I think you did. No, I didn't. I screwed up. Okay, so maybe we'll do that again. Without the option of the storage lid or the brain. I like this pack. It's not the lightest pack out there, but it can handle up to about 40 pounds of total weight quite comfortably. Not that I want to carry 40 pounds, but it can handle it. But it'd be more comfortable at around the 30 pound or less category. No, that's horrible. Thanks, dear. I was recording.
Huh?
I'm recording.
Picked it up.
Okay, so we'll just see how that works. Work on it. No, I can't say that. That's horrible. Am I still recording? Am I square?